was funny when Jason called and told me this was the character he was imagining for me. I was so surprised. I was like, oh, that's so different from Tammy Taylor on Friday Night Lights. But I loved that.
It's a dream ensemble. I love doing big ensemble shows. It's my favorite thing. And this is a big ensemble show. And so it's been great. I got to work with Connie Britton again, which I haven't worked with her since Friday Night Lights. It's been like a dream. We stepped right into our shorthand, and it was very collaborative and wonderful to work with Taylor Schilling, who I've been a huge fan of, who was sort of taking on this role that was kind of like a anchor role in the show, and did such a beautiful job. She just kind of like dived into it with abandon.
We meet Lacey, and she's in charge of a small child who survived this really traumatic plane crash, and she discovers over the course of this season an entirely new life and a new sense of self and a new sense of what it means to mother and what it means to be a friend and what it means to be a member of a community.
Edward is kind of what ties all the storylines together, because he was the sole survivor of the plane crash that everyone else lost their family members in or loved ones. But all the storylines are so important to the story, and they all tell something different. They all support a main message, which is that you can come back from any level of loss through hope and finding new connections and community.
I became obsessed with the real plane crash that took place in 2010, a flight from South Africa bound to London, and it crashed in Libya, and there was only one survivor. It was a little 9-year-old Dutch boy, and the rest of the people on the plane died immediately, including his parents and his brother. And I was obsessed with that story, and I just thought, how can that little boy go on after losing everyone like that? How is he expected to leave the hospital without his mom and his dad and his brother? And I started writing the book really to figure out if he could be okay.
I play Adrienne Washington, and she loses her grandmother on this airplane crash, and so we are all grieving together, and she goes through the process of figuring out who she is after her grandmother is gone, and for her that means running for Congress.
It's a very sincere approach to dealing with loss and grief, and how you pick up after those things and just move forward with your life, go to work, make dinner, and that those things also have great gravity to them as well, and that's the beauty of what living your life is.
I would say the main theme of Dear Edward would be something about human resilience and unity and perseverance.
In reading the story, I just felt like the characters that Anne created and the environment that she kind of established for us was something that Jason could take and run with.
Yes.
And to be honest, I mean, I read it pre-pandemic, but I think as we got into the making of the show, it became even clearer that the idea of, shared grief and the power of human connection was just something that we all could very much relate to.